This video is for beginners who think about starting AI automation business or just started but don't know where to find the clients and how to optimize this process. In this video, I will also talk about the hardest part for me to leave 9 to 5 job. How do I optimize new client searching? How do I warm up new potential clients? How I ran first meeting and the hardest objection to handle for me, and so much more. Hi, it's Sviat, welcome to my channel. Let's start. Taking a big step into the world of starting my own AI automation agency was a mix of feelings. It felt a rush of joy, worry, and fear. The fear comes from unknown, stepping away from normal 9 to 5 job. Starting your own business, it's like a big jump without any sure that it will work for you. But I have something big with me. It's willing to keep going. And I tell myself that I have to keep working no matter what. And I want to build something meaningful that brings some value to the people. And AI looks to me the perfect choice. While looking up for tools to help to run my own agency, I found a tool called Apollo. Apollo is a tool to help businesses to find and reach out to new clients. And you know what? This tool changed for me everything. With Apollo, I can do everything I need in one place. I could tidy up my process of finding clients, set up plannings, keep track of all my leads and follow up, and everything in one place. And of course, it doesn't mean that this is easy for me. I learned a lot of things now, but this is the thing that really speed up my process. After I started to do some first checks and first click on the Apollo, I figured out that this tool is pretty easy to use, more or less understandable, and I began to see where I should focus my effort. Very important thing that Apollo can be optimized. So this is definitely what I want to bring in my business optimization. And with integrating such a tool like Apollo, I have feeling like I have control of something and I have vision how I go, where to focus. I have all the numbers there. So this is very good for planning and for understanding what things works better. This part of journey where I am now, I learned a very important thing, that entrepreneurship is not only about risk and fear. It also includes learning, discovering, and growing. It's about turning tough times into a chance to win. And most of all, it's about to keep going, not give up. Okay, so this was about how my journey started, and let's move to the most important thing, is how to find new clients. So now, since I started the business and I had to understand that where to find the clients, and you can do a lot of things. You can search for local businesses, for Instagram groups or something, but I found some tools that can be optimized for me. As I said, this Apollo, and Apollo is like a superhero, so it can be integrated to a lot of things and optimize it. Also, it can be integrated to Zapier, so you can play around with this and make best optimization for your personal business. My plan is pretty much easy. So I created a thing called sequences. Sequence means this is a step of actions to handle a prospect. And my sequence had 5 steps. And these steps include sending email, LinkedIn outreach, and making phone calls. You may think that people will answer right away, but it's not. Very often they reply on 4th or even 5th email that I reach out to them. So basically what I do is I keep sending emails until I didn't get reply with, or I'm not interested, or they say, yeah, let's have a talk. And that's a big lesson for me, because in the business, you always have to keep going, never give up, no matter what. This can sound tough, but you should keep going until you don't get the answer. Definitely, this is a number game, especially as we are starting up and we don't have any experience with this. We say that we have to do this to learn and improve our stuff. And that was the big lesson for me, because in the business, you have to keep going no matter what. You have to improve your offer, you have to improve your call scripts, you have to improve yourself. And at this point, when you will be just enough good to start selling, you will work it. But until you don't have any tries, you don't reach out to people, you will never figure out this. And of course, this is a number game, because for me, I don't know how to sell, and especially I didn't know a month ago how to do this. Due to that, I have to learn by tries. As more I do, as more I test, as more I understand how, okay, this works better, this not. And especially Apollo helps me with this a lot. Here you can see how it works. I have A/B test, and with every of this, it says a percentage of replies and open rate. This is how you want to go to improve your cold email outreach. Finding the clients, it's like a blood for the business. This is everything you have to be focusing on, especially in the beginning. For me, it is challenging, but so exciting. This is what I want to learn very much. It requires a lot of patience and willing to learn, because this is how you have to improve yourself. It's also very important to understand psychology of people, why people decide to buy. So this is marathon, not a sprint. And after all of this, you get a lot of joy when you get at least first prospect that says, yeah, I got an interesting, and it's like a lot of different emotions. It's like, okay, what I have to do, very awesome thing. In the next part, I will share how exactly I did. After I start getting first interest client, the real challenge began. I had to show them what I can do for them, and not only tell them, but also show them in the way they will understand it and appreciate it. I decided to do something unique for them, and I offered them the sneak peek without getting any cost from them. And what did I do? I created a chatbot with WordPress with their trained data, and they were impressed with it. So as you understand, this bot do pretty simple but very important thing. It can answer the question about the company. I also help them integrate this bot to their website for free. I suggest, hey, let's discuss how else I can help you. Always say yes, let's do. The bot works pretty well. Let's discuss what else you can do for us. And it works pretty well because business can test your work for free. You gain the most important thing from the business. It's trust. And after this, sky is limit. And I learned very important lesson here. It's not about selling. It's more about showing your worth and demonstrating your capabilities. In the next part of this video, I'm going to share how I handled first client meeting. So stay tuned. In the first meetings, my strategy was pretty simple. Listen and ask questions. And the most powerful question that works best for me is asking, what motivated you to meet with me today? And you just silent and listen what they say about their pain. And this is what exactly you want to hear. And the goal for this meeting was not to sell them something. The goal for the meeting was to understand, does it make sense to work with each other? Is there anything I can help them with? Meeting with potential clients can be both scary and exciting at the same time. I found myself that I wanted to explain everything what I do and blah blah blah, but actually it doesn't make any sense, because the goal is listen, listen, and listen. Because as more carefully you will listen this call, you will listen what the person says, better you will understand what's their pain point, and it will be much easier for you to help them with it. You will be surprised how much you can learn from this. First thing, you will be better understand what's their pain point. And another, after you will get a lot of meetings, you will have understanding, this industry has this problem, that industries can this problem, we can help them this, we can help them that, and it helps you to create better offer for market. It's about to find common grounds and understand if your skills can be matched for their needs. And also very important that you don't want to open the doors for every client. So it's also very important for you to understand how the client acts, how he speaks to you. This is very important too. Another lesson what I learned is clients appreciate when you're asking a question about their business. So you're showing the interest to their business, and it means that you're not trying just to sell, but you're like really become a friend, and you're like bringing the solution for them. So this is what I see that really works. In the next part of this video, I will share my hardest objection I ever heard and how I learned to handle it. One of the hardest objection I ever heard from the potential clients is that how much experience do you have? I mean, it's fair question. You cannot just say, I don't have any experience. Or if you say, yeah, I have 2 years of experience, blah, 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 then he will say something like, can you share testimonials or reviews or referrals or something like that? Then like you don't want to lie, right? And this question is very hard when you're starting, when you don't have any client space. At first, I feel a little bit shaky. It was hard to answer confidently, but then I came up with a strategy and I started by asking them the question back. And I was saying, why do you ask? And usually the answer is the same. We had previous provider, we paid them a lot of money, they didn't provide the result what we expect, now we're not happy, so we want to protect ourselves for the future. And that's what I would follow up with. Are you looking for the old ways that most companies use, or do you want a modern solution that can increase the efficiency of your business? And this question usually makes them think, and they start see, I'm offering something else. And then I would add, I cannot promise you a moon. Every client is unique, and past results don't always show what I can do for you. I cannot guarantee any kind of results, but I can promise to look at your business and the processes you have. I think I can add a lot of value. In the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with what I offer. And of course, it's not the magic bullet, but it helps to level the playing field. It makes conversation about value and comfort, not just about past results. In the next part of the video, I will explain more about giving something for free and the preparation. In the business world, if you want to show your value, you have to give something for free. Think about this. If you want to sell a chocolate, it doesn't matter how good you will describe it to the person who never tastes it. You can choose a lot of different words, but it will not work very well for the person you sell. So it's much easier to give a little piece of the chocolate and give it a try for free. So what I do is train the ChatGPT 4 for their business. I take information from the website, from their LinkedIn account. My goal is to take as much information as possible. For example, I would be interested in the information about their clients, their employees, their news, their winnings, their loss, and so on. This is what I would add to chatbot, and then I would give them and try. This brings a lot of impact because, AI is pretty much new in this world and a lot of businesses don't know what to do with this. Is there any way to integrate and so on? And in the first step you do is you're showing that you can do something, that you can provide the value. You're not here just to sell. You really know what you're doing. You know how to solve their problems. And you're showing them that there is rooms for improvements because they don't have a time to think about this. And you show that how a real value you can bring to their business. But it's not all. I also narrow down in the companies that doesn't have the optimization at all. For example, I take a look on their website and check if this website is pretty large. I also try to find any information about their business. Do they make money? Do they have a lot of clients or not? And after this, I see that everything is fine. We can work with them. I add this client to my sequence because for them, it makes the offer more appealing. So let's move to the next part of the video is how the signing my first client motivated me to continue with AI automation journey. When I got my first client, by the way, it took for me 3 months. I felt like I won a big prize. It was so exciting. I felt like I won everything in the world. I felt like I finally get paid for my work, and it made me more willing to continue working and pushing in this direction. After I got first paycheck from the client, first thing I decided to do is to spend all this money on Google Ads. And I thought if I can get one client, then I could get more clients. And this step may sound pretty reasonable for you, but it wasn't for me at all. Don't rush and don't spend all your money on ads because at the beginning you don't know how to do this right. So you also have to invest smart into your learning process, how to create ads in the Google. So make little steps to learn it. Because for my business, and I think for all business that starts up now, every penny counts. It's better to slowly gain more clients by same thing what you're doing, spend most of the money on the tools you're already using, and the rest spend very slowly on the ads just to learn and test what works the best. You remember I told about A/B tests? Same thing here. Landing my first client was not about the money. It was a sign that I am on the correct track. And of course, it gives more motivation, vision where you want to move and how to improve. And now let's move to another challenge I got is delivery. You remember my words above? I said how excited I was. It's true. And after this, I decided that I will make a work in the half a time. So I thought I will do as fast as possible in the half time. I was thinking that I will impress my client in the way because I said it will take 5 days for me to set up everything, but I wanted to do in the 2 days. And here was a big surprise for me. You see, the project doesn't always go as you planned. Sometimes it takes much longer than you expect. And this is what exactly happened to me. I thought it will take 2 days, but actually it took full 5 days for me. And even more, I was working every day for 12 hours. I had underestimated how much time and effort it will take. There were so many details that I have to pay attention to. I had to make sure that AI works correctly. I had to make sure that everything is fixed, everything works as it expects. And when something doesn't go well, I had to spend hours to troubleshooting this. The reality is that delivering project is not easy. You have to be ready to solve the problems and face challenges. And that's why I said that you have to learn a lot and practice a lot, because as more you do, as faster you will learn to find the solution for your issues you face. And the most important, you have to keep your promises to clients you did, even if it means that you have to work more than you expect. And this was a big lesson for me. I have to always give myself more time. I have to really get deeper into details before I say my estimation. Don't do my mistakes. In the next part of the video, I will talk about my learnings and things what I have to learn to grow my AI automation agency. So running AI automation agency is like never ending path. I thought I knew a lot, but actually it's not enough, because as you know, I have software experience. I have also the C level of being a C level in the software company. And still there are tons of things to learn. First of all, getting clients, it's not one thing to do that you always have to keep doing, improving yourself. It's like a cycle. You have to improve it, you have to learn it. And I think as a business owner, you have to do this. Of course, you can have sales team, but you have to do this because you have to understand where the market is and what else you can offer, what offer doesn't work good for market, and so on. So this is what I believe business owners have to do. Next thing is that at the very beginning, I thought that I will hire freelancers and they will do everything for me, and I will always focus on the sales process. But I don't think this is the best thing what I can do now, because as I said, as a business owner, I have to understand all aspects of the business. So what means I have to understand all types of the work I have to do. I have to understand what level of engineer of developer I have to be on specific task. So this is what I have to do in the beginning. At the same time, I have to do, for me, it's very important time management, because I have to do YouTube, I have to do reach outs, I have to develop itself. So it takes quite a lot of time. Next lesson is important, that I have to find the time for learn new things, because everything is changing, everything is new, and everything is growing. So I have to stay updated all the time. There are a lot of things that work today but may not work tomorrow. So I have to stay updated with new technologies, with learning and improving. But you know what? Despite of all of this challenge, I love it. I love learn new things. I really like to understand that my solution helped the business. In the next part of the video, we're talking about my future plans, what I will do. I very like this quote. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's why it's important to have a roadmap, and let me share with you. The first thing I will do is to find the person who will help me with a lead generation. Lead generation, it's all about finding new potential clients, but it's not about closing them. It's only about finding potential ones, but I will still do closing by myself. So this person will be responsible for outreach, but actually meetings and other stuff, I will be in power. This person will be responsible for outreach. Everything else including meetings, I will do by myself. Where to find this person? That's a good question. It can be any freelancers, but I'm not sure about this. Maybe I will also search for AI tools that can improve this process. I don't know yet. Now you may wonder why I cannot do it by myself. Well, I do this, but it takes so much time. I cannot focus on the other aspect of the business. And also this person will be responsible to test new scripts. I'm excited about the future. I cannot wait to see where the journey will take. Subscribe.